What's that smell? Is that roses?
Definitely not roses. Ugh, smells awful.
I smell it too. Could be... popcorn?
What's wrong with him?
Sorry. He's going through some stuff.
Looks like Alex isn't the only oddball here.
Oh yeah, there was an honorism post this morning. Something about the ghost of Semi Park haunting the cave.
Let's go quick. I can't stand the smell.
Okay.
Wait for me.
Okay.
Read for me. Read for me.
Okay.
Wait for me, baby. Fresh blood.
Okay.
Read for me. Fresh blood.
Okay.
Let's take a break here.
So, how did you get interested in the disappearance of Sammy Park?
Can we not get into that now? I'm sick of hearing about that poor girl.
Easy, Chandra. I've been interested in missing people for a while. The idea of people vanishing is something that hits close to home, you know? So, I started going in chat rooms for people with missing kids, and someone on there was talking about Sammy Park. I followed the link, and it brought me to the Onism 1999 post. The one with the video of her on the elevator. I kept going back each day and keeping up with what you guys posted.
That's a little dark, isn't it? Going on chat rooms for parents of missing kids?
Oh, no, I don't, get off on it or anything. My little brother went missing when we were younger. I guess I still wonder if he's out there.
Okay, let's go see the wizard. I don't want to hear any more about missing kids. It really drains me.
Hey, Claudio, wait up. So you're into shoujo anime? That's cool. Most guys aren't brave enough to walk around in a shirt like that. Also, you do know that's a girl's shirt, right?
Girl shirt? Oh man, that's messed up. This is no more a girl's shirt than Mahou Shoujo Haru no Shimai is a girl's anime! This show represents everything that is good about life!
Oh, well, I've never seen it. I just, assumed it was a girl's anime with all the exploding flowers, pink, and Sailor Moon ripoff characters.
Oh, you see, man, that's where you're wrong. Mahou Shoujo Haru no Shimai is the quintessential human anime. Without this series, the art form would have never progressed. You see, while the anime premiered in 1985 in the US, there were already episodes of this magical series in production in Japan in 1977. Without this series, it's unlikely that Naoko Takeuchi would have written Sailor Moon. This series was revolutionary for its time and set the animation and writing standards for everything since. You see, each of the sisters' relationships with Father Seasons is different. Each one relates to him in a different way, as they struggle with being a seasoned witch and being part human. If Father Spring had never laid with a human woman, the world would have been destroyed time and time again with his evil daughters, the Winter Sisters. It's the balance of humanity that allows them to control the powers. And don't even get me started with the soundtrack. Oh, the amazing blend of funk, jazz, and Japanese pop blows my mind every single time. Oh! There's an episode, season 16, episode 309, called Run Run Harunatsu, in which the Spring Sisters have to experience their powers as if they have been purely seasoned witches. This proves to me that...
Dude, this sounds like literally the most generic piece of crap ever. Just forget it. Enjoy your shitty girl anime. Don't involve me. Look, I am just as into Japanese crap as the next guy, but what you have borders on an obsession.
Blood. It's delicious.
Fresh blood.
Okay.
Wait for me.
Okay.
Blood on blood.
Okay.
What's that stench?
I don't smell anything bad. Hey, Alex? You okay?
Hold it! I wouldn't touch him if I were you. Lest you become similarly trapped by nostalgia. Dear friends, you must excuse my appearance. Had I known you'd be coming too, I'd have dressed as a plumber, not as a constable. Silly me, for leaks simply were not on my itinerary. Truly an inspirational sight. I didn't know the Parallel were capable of making friends. I am impressed. Brava, child! Really didn't think you had it in you.
Claudio, this has gotten too weird for me. We should just leave.
Tell me, what do you smell?
A fresh river. Like the one that used to run through Frankton.
Popcorn. Our old couch.
Why are you guys even answering? Come on, let's go! Please!
Do you not have a taste for my perfume? Pity. The boys like it, though.
It's rancid.
Road!
It sucks. It smells horrible.
It's not horrible. Actually, it's beautiful.
It's childhood. It's my first computer. It's the paper of the first book that moved you.
Precisely! It's nostalgia. I put it in a bottle and sprinkled it on things I want people to find. It's what brought all of you here. It's intoxicating.
Well, it doesn't work on me. So whatever you're selling, I'm afraid we're going to pass. Guys, let's go. Grab Alex.
I told you, you can't touch him. Ladies, I want what's best for you. Call that my own nostalgia.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
Okay.
Looks like You were pretty tough, after all. She's still materializing, so I guess I'm not immortal for now. Well, no matter. She'll see to it when she's better. Thanks for the nostalgic beating, bro.
We're not done kicking his ass! Bring him back! Ugh.
Did you ever see the episode of Serial Experiments Lane where...
What? Why are you bringing up anime right now? After what we just saw?
No, I get what he means. He's trying to say what can't be said. It's the same feeling as Final Fantasy VII. We try to reach for the memory of Genova and it's gone. We can't discuss it without thinking of... What was I talking about?
Video games and anime! Let's just leave this cave and get to Mark's. He'll know what to do.
Who was that guy?
The Elder Toguro? Or Siegfried?
That's not quite right. Close, though.
Hey, man, it's great to see you! How you been?
Hey, guys. Wow, did you get even more muscular, Claudio? And Chandra, did you get even more beautiful? Always changing for the better, you two.
I brought my friends, Alex, Michael, and Rory with me. They wanted to check out your record collection and see if you could help them locate an album.
Friends of Claudio and Chandra are always friends of mine. Please, have a seat. I'll make some tea.
So my new friends here wanted to talk about some elusive record they can't seem to track down.
We've been looking for it for a while. We've been to literally like 10 record shops. Claudio says you've got quite the collection.
I do indeed. So what sort of music interests young people these days? Hair metal, power metal, speed metal, metallic metal, pop punk thrash metal?
I mean, I'm not really into metal. I mean, it's cool.
That's more of Bella's thing, I think. The eyeliner and the choker.
Who is this enchanting young woman? Is she here as well?
No, she isn't here. She threw a hissy fit when she found out we were looking for this record.
Hissy fit? Do people even say that?
I don't believe they do. So what sort of music are you into, Alex?
Oh, usually down-tempo stuff with trumpets, acoustic guitars, bells, toy pianos, and female vocalists singing sexually ambiguous lyrics.
I don't think I have anything like that. Perhaps you noticed my collection of guitars?
Yeah, I think I saw it on the way in. Do you play?
I do.
Mark here made his fortune playing music. Well, before he became a world traveler. Mark sponsored the Bring Him Home concert for my cousin who fought in the Gulf War.
That was long before you could even walk. Hell, I was a kid then.
The power of metal unites all. You see, heavy metal is the oral manifestation of all things good and powerful in the world. It contains the perfect positive energies to dispel hate, racism, sexism, poverty. With the power of the metal gods channeling through my guitar strings, I was able to bring peace and prosperity to the Middle East.
Well, he got our cousin home.
Yeah, I did. Okay, I got ahead of myself. I brought peace to one family whose son had been taken captive. It's a harrowing tale filled with adventure and intrigue.
Yeah, I don't know if we really have time for that. And besides, like I said, I'm not really all that into metal. With all the bad fashions and teased hair, it's also 80s. This is the 90s. We're moving forward. Our music is about things.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend that you don't mean to imply that heavy metal can't be about things. Clearly, you've never heard the soaring scream of the guitar paired in perfect counterpoint to an orchestra, accompanied by the sound of 1,000,000,000,000 angels. You, my dear boy, must listen to my greatest hit, Murder Run and Melancholia Reigns Unbroken.
It's a lot less depressing than it sounds. All of Mark's music is like that. He has albums and albums filled with skeletons and decaying corpses. But somehow he manages to make music that speaks to the soul. Like Scene of Decay, The Stone, Part 9. The first few songs of that album are really beautiful, Alex. Disfigured by Eligas on High Altar of Honor. That is my personal favorite. I used to hula hoop to it all the time.
One of Mark's tracks were featured in some pretty great animes. Dragon of Thy Delusion and Powered by Delirium were featured in my second favorite anime, Panic Control.
Yeah, okay, enough about this topic. Can you tell me about this tea we're drinking?
This here is something I only bring out when friends are over. It's called Dahang Pao. It's a world-famous tea, exceptionally rare and difficult to come by. The bushes that produce this tea are reportedly over 1,000 years old. Make sure you don't spill a drop. This is very special tea.
Where did you get this? It's amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, right? Can't explain to you in detail how all these circumstances are related. It would be a very long and very complicated story. And I mean no disrespect to you when I say this. It would be virtually impossible for you at this stage, young man, to understand. Now, you are, of course, in no way responsible for this, but I'll do my best to explain the circumstances by which I came to possess this rare leaf. In my youth, I was something of a traveler. I lived for journeying and discovery. I had a partner, a very good man, who became ill in his mid-30s. At the time, I considered myself to be very worldly. I lived for the dirt under my feet, But I also did not believe in the supernatural in any form. Alas, my partner came down with a severe stomach cancer that began to claim his life. He was a spiritual man, one might say, and he believed in miracles. His faith and his failing body led to the ending of our friendship. He left for India, and I stayed back in Arizona, where I'd built a life for myself in between trips. He was gone for many weeks when I received a letter from him. The letter was scribbled in the handwriting of a dying man. It featured coordinates that, upon further inspection in an atlas, proved to be in the mountains of India. So, I began my journey. After many days of travel, I arrived at the summit of Mount Kangchenjunga. I paid a local village boy to guide me to the location. At the top, I found my friend. My friend who only a few weeks ago had been on the brink of death, had been cured through the power of water. The water boiled in the particular style of pots created by the Dharabeta yogis is said to have amazing healing powers. Now, when my friend had regained his strength tenfold, I was in shock. I longed to take a sample of this drink back to an American laboratory where it would be tested and ultimately turned into a cure. But I was told that the last bush bearing the tea had burned up in a forest fire. Naturally, I demanded proof. There was no evidence that any such fire ever occurred. Angered, furious, on the point of striking the yogis, my friend had to take me away. Together, we explored the mountainside for the remainder of the week. Now, despite my anger that they would not let me test the tea, everything had been incredibly happy. In India, I've always felt an incredible glow of joy. On our last day, before we were to return, the earth gave out beneath my feet, and I was stuck. Soon a storm came. The storm was so bad, I feared it would wipe away the mountain, and I'd be stuck in a landslide. This is where things became interesting. My friend was able to break away at the rocks binding my feet with his bare hands. He had expelled the disease from his body and achieved a new strength. I believe I would have died on that mountain had it not been for him. I hold true to the fact that he survived his cancer so he could save me. When we returned, the yogi hermit had left his camp, but he left behind the pot he created to cure my friend's cancer and a container of this tea.
Wow. That's a fascinating story, man. Really, this is an amazing cup of tea.
Yeah. You know, it's valued at $3,000 an ounce. So, what did you kids come for? How can I help you?
Oh, my friend Alex here is looking for a record. It's called Mystical Ultima LP Legend.
That name. It sounds so familiar. How did you find out about this mystical LP?
I found the jacket. Here, I have it with me.
Ah, yes. The Mystical Ultima LP Legend by Vela Wild.
Did you say Vela Wild?
Yeah. But didn't you know this already? It's on the cover. Did you even read it?
Suddenly, everything made sense. Well, at least a little bit of sense. Bella, the guitar, her ability to fight with sound. Clearly, she was the musician, the creator of this record. How stupid I had been. I told her about the record, and she must have assumed I read the title closely. Vela Wild. Probably a stage name.
Did I say something wrong? You, kind of stopped talking for a while and looked all deep in thought.
I just realized something.
Yeah, the mind is like that. You keep many things hidden away, and they come out when they're the most needed. Did you ever consider that this record might be locked away inside your mind? And if not yours, maybe inside the mind of this wild character.
Damn. So you don't have it?
No, how could I? It hasn't come out yet.
What?
Check the date on the back of it. See the sticker? Do not sell until January 1st, 2000. Since I'm not a time traveler, well, at least in this life, I couldn't possibly have this record. You kids should pay closer attention to your record jackets. They have lots of useful information on them.
Thanks a lot, Mark. I know where to find this record now.
What? You do? How?
I'll explain some stuff when we get outside. Claudio, Chandra, there's some things I want to let you in on, especially since you've been so kind to me since we've met. Okay, a lot of this is going to sound out there, and I know that, so listen to the sincerity in my voice, and not so much the absurdity of the words I'm going to say.
Hey, that sounded pretty deep. Oh, sorry, man. Go on.
I'm not entirely sure of what's going on myself, so some of the parts might seem a little hazy. Okay, here it goes. When I arrived home from college earlier this year, I met Sammy Park. I had followed a cat into an old factory and I found her there. She was alive and well, a bit odd, but pretty great, to be honest. I tried to help her get out of the building, and some beings known as soul survivors appeared and took her away. I later met a woman named Vela, who told us that the soul survivors are beings from another reality, one like our own. She said that these beings have surrendered the right to their physical form in favor of a spiritual one. With this power, they could move within the soul space, which is the space in between realities. Then we met Rory, and Rory had recently lost his sister and encountered a soul survivor himself. Then I found out that one of these beings was living with me. I chased it out of my house and then into a radio tower. At that radio tower, it asked me to play this record, to broadcast it. So that's why I've been looking for it. Okay, that's fair. I didn't expect you to believe me.
Rory, you lost your sister? I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Losing a sibling is a terrible burden on any person. Let us know if you need anything.
Yeah, what's going on here?
We've lost someone before. We know what it's like. Maybe that's what drew me to the Sammy Park case.
I see. What about the soul survivors and all that?
Let's say we've had experience with the supernatural before.
I had a kid brother, you know. He went missing in 1985. Got on his bike one day to go to our neighbors, 7 houses up the street. And he just vanished. Never came back. We looked for him for months. Dad never stopped. Still hands out flyers at the grocery store every Sunday. He even got an artist to draw him aged.
Were there ever any leads or anything?
No one really ever investigated it. Sure, they looked around for him. And for a week they had a task force. They had one guy they suspected. But every lead fell through.
You act like they even tried. A 4-year-old black kid goes missing in a shit neighborhood, and you think they really tried?
Yeah, it's complicated, Alex.
I don't remember this being on the news or anything, and you're from Windtown, right? That's like an hour outside of Frankton. How the hell did this get national coverage?
Isn't it obvious, man? Same reason no one gives a shit about Sammy Park.
I'm sure if Aaron had been a beautiful white woman, everyone would have cared that he vanished. Everyone would have had a candlelight vigil and a moment of silence. But that's just not how these things work. And you know what's funny? My dad is a lawyer, and my mom was an assistant to the governor. It's not like we were shit no one people, you know? It just wasn't news, or whatever they told us.
Alex, don't you think Sammy's parents tried to get some attention for their daughter's disappearance? It's not that easy. Those people you see on TV are people who can make a great story for the press. That's just the way it works.
I don't think I ever gave it any thought.
Yeah, man. That's just how they get away with it. People like you don't think about it. And people like us, it's all we ever get to think about. Where our kid brothers went.
Don't you think it's weird that a young woman goes missing in your town and only people talking about it are some weirdo kids on the internet? And they aren't really talking about it for awareness. You guys get off on it in a way, don't you? Some fantasy about being the white knight swooping in and saving the exotic Korean girl.
Easy now. Okay. Let's go find this record. Where do we do that again?
You guys are coming along? Awesome! Back to Frankton. We need to speak with Bella, the girl who made this album.
I hate to admit it, but sometimes I just wish we could let him go. My younger brother, you know? Not a day goes by where I don't think about him. And you know what's really funny? I don't even remember what he looks like. We have a few old photos, but most of them he just looks like every other kid to me. Round-faced, happy, playing video games, or falling off a bike.
You don't remember anything about him?
No, I don't think so. I think I only remember what people tell me about him. And you know what's funny? He was my twin brother. I was a minute older than him. Claudio still gets frustrated with me sometimes. You're his twin, can't you feel him out there? Or don't you have special twin powers that let you know if he's in pain? I don't believe in that stuff. Well, not usually. Sometimes I do. It's in those moments that I really do think he isn't out there anymore. If there was a connection, I'd feel something. And since there is nothing there, he must be gone. Sometimes people just vanish. They are there one moment and gone the next. Bad people take them, they fall into sewers, but life has to move on. It's harder for my parents, I think, since they made him and whatever. But Claudio, I don't think he'll ever move on. It's all he thinks about. And finding this Sammy Pat girl, this obsession you brought onto him, this shit isn't fair. He had one dead kid to worry about never finding, and now you gave him another.
Help me, good brother.
Forgive this aberration. I seldom speak when the camera is rolling. I know little of your strife, but what little I have seen causes me a great deal of pain. So I offer you some simple advice. Do not twist the good memories with the bad memories. Those who do run the risk of becoming twisted beings in their own right.
Critical hit!
I can help. I can help.
Oh, fallen girl, here in the depths of hell. What have you done to deserve this fate? With what horrible act did you harm the fabric of reality? I know an original sinner when I see you. Just as I know myself when I peep the blackened pond. You have wounded me. You accuse me of original sin? To even know of sin is the sin, and it is all around me. How could I possibly not conceive of a new version of it? You take originality for granted. You're a fool. And that is why you must die here in the soul space. All alone. No friends, no loved ones. Just all the realities you destroyed before this one.
Well, that was weird, right?
I thought it was exciting.
Sure, it was exciting, but like, there was a guy in a tank, and things got really weird. It was like a YIIK film or something.
Hot damn! You saw that too? I tried to bring it up a few times. Just felt incapable.
Something about Alex makes it hard to bring up.
Is the script good?
It's funny. I'm not sure if it's good yet, but it's definitely compelling.
What's it about? Is it another YIIK kaiju film?
It's definitely a YIIK film. No kaijus yet, but I'm only on the 3rd page. So far, it seems to be about a cruel boy who pushes his sister into a mysterious dark pond, forcing her into a mirror reality where she is someone else's sister.
Who do you play?
I haven't gotten to my character yet. All I know is my costume has wings.
asked the others to stay back while I spoke with Bella myself. I knew I needed to apologize alone. As I walked across the chewing gum and popcorn-covered floor, I imagined what the title of my quest would be if my life was a video game. Quickly, it was becoming Apology Quest, or Legend of Please Forgive Me. I wondered how many other people I'd have to say I'm sorry to before I found Sammy, if that's even where life was taking me. Lately, Sammy wasn't at the forefront of my thoughts. I wanted to find her, and I really wanted her to be safe. But the more time that passed between meeting her and thinking about her, she became less real. More of a concept, more of a mythical being that only existed in my mind and the mind of the internet.
Oh, hey, what's up?
I came here to say I'm sorry. In my infinite arrogance and constant thinking of myself, I didn't look at the record properly. I had no idea you created it. I had no idea it would upset you. So basically, if you'll still be my friend, I'd very much like that.
Okay, I accept.
Okay, great. I expected to do more begging.
Don't push your luck. Just let it go. Who are... Oh, Michael! Rory! New friends? Hey, new friends!
It was easier than I expected. Now, to convince her about getting the record. I introduced her to Claudio and Chandra. We went to the burger joint and talked about everything that had happened up to this point. They told her about their brother. Rory talked about his sister. Michael talked about his college fears. And I just listened. I never expected to find such an amazing group of friends so close to home. It was a great feeling. And now came the tricky part. To ask her to go inside of the mine dungeon with me and look for the record. Bella, can I ask you a personal question?
I suppose.
So, I was wondering if you could tell us about the record. The one you made.
What's there to tell? In my previous reality, I made a record. Pretty simple.
Can you tell us why a record jacket from the album you made in another reality that was set to be released next year was found in this reality?
I have no idea. You do realize I left that reality behind intentionally, right? There are reasons I wanted to escape.
Yeah, no, I get it. Just, I wonder if it's somehow linked to everything going on.
I'm telling you, Alex, you're looking for puzzle pieces where there is no puzzle. You're talking like there's some cosmic plan here. What exactly do you think is going on here?
It's just... It's all so weird. Sammy disappearing, me meeting you, then Rory, Chandra, and Claudio, we're all linked.
Fine. If it will make you stop sulking, I'll go with you into the mine dungeon. I'd like to know why my record is here myself.
I'm a little confused here, guys. How the hell does Alex know the record is in your mine dungeon?
Because I know she's trying not to think about it. And the things we try not to think about always end up on our minds.
That seems like more of a stretch than the link between Sammy and the record to me. But sure, I've got nothing else to do. Let's get inside Bella's head.
Okay, just keep your hands to yourself while we're in there, boys. It's creepy enough letting one person in my mind.
Wait for me. Bleed for me. Bleed for me. Wait for me.
Okay.
Wait for me. Wait for me.
Okay.
Read for me. Read for me.
Read for me. Read for me?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Read for me.
covered on blood.
Okay.
Bleed for me. Bleed for me. Bleed for me. Bleed for me.
Bleed for me.
Bleed for me.
Okay.
Bleed for me. Bleed for me. Bleed for me.
Okay.
Bleed for me.
Okay.
for me. Wait for me, babe. Wait for me.
Okay. Blood on blood. Wait for me.
What are you making today? Making some soup?
Why won't you sign it? I've come all this way.
Vela, do you know this guy?
Oh, hell yeah! There are two of you? Will you sign it? Please, please! I'm your biggest fan.
How'd you get in here?
What? Oh, that was easy. Someone posted instructions online. I just followed the walkthrough.
Vela clearly doesn't want you here. Respect her wishes, or we'll have to throw down.
Oh, hell yeah! Let's go!
Read for me?
Okay.
Vela asked us to listen to the record before we broadcast it. There was a certain aura of unease surrounding her. She pretended it had to do with not knowing what would happen after we broadcast the record. But I knew something else was wrong.
So, I bet you're all wondering why I insisted we play this here.
I think it's obvious. You want us to listen to music, and Alex's spoiled ass has the best sound system out of the six of us.
That's actually correct. Back in my reality, I had written an album. This album. But I guess you already knew that. Anyway, just listen. I hope you enjoy what I made.
It's beautiful, Vela.
Yeah, really nice.
Better than I could do.
It's
nice. Not what I normally listen to. But I can tell it's good for the genre. Probably.
I could tell that she wasn't happy with our replies. But none of us knew what to say. The music had shown us a side of Vela that we had never expected to see. A sort of vulnerable side. I felt compelled to chase after her, to tell her the music was beautiful and that she was incredible. But my feet didn't move. I remained as still and as silent as everyone else. My body motionless. I surveyed everyone's eyes, willing my brain to bind with theirs and get what they had been thinking. Had they all hated it? What had triggered such a lack of enthusiasm?
You should go after her. It's what I'd want. Let her know it was great.
If this is Vella's album, why was a guy singing on it?
I almost cried.
I hope she's okay. You gonna talk to her, man?
Hey man, sorry.
Can't deal with the—
Oh yeah.
I want to tell you the rest of my story. How I came to be in this reality with you. But I want you to promise not to judge me.
I won't judge you.
I have come to understand certain things. Things I know to be true. Things that I know others wouldn't understand unless they had experienced them. Before I can begin my story, I need you to understand the basics of how I have come to understand the universe. The link between our bodies and physical space is strong, but it is nothing compared to the link between our minds and physical space. Our bodies exist as a visual representation of our minds. They are nothing more. Every mind has the capability of transcending physical form. Many do, even if they don't realize it. The very nature of physical reality is very unphysical. Humans have evolved to ignore the complexities and realities of the universe by using physical form to protect them from the harshness of existence. The very nature of being is to be in pain, is to long for and to be unfulfilled. To cope, we developed corporeal form. The use of physical form is not unlike leaving the light off at all times, obstructing the undesirables in the room. Do you understand what I'm saying so far?
More or less. Please, continue.
When I entered your reality, I was a much different person than I am now. My reality was much worse than this one. I was a girl who was entirely lost. From a young age, people thrust their expectations on me. They believed I was destined for artistic greatness. I was a child prodigy in many ways. I had peaked by my early teens, and I was no longer able to perform or create at a level that could match the adults around me. I was, for all intents and purposes, a disappointment. Picture for a moment being a young girl who can't do wrong. Everything I created, everything I said impressed those around me. I was the perfect child artist, but that's all I ever was. When I became an adult, my body grew, but my artistry remained childlike. I considered quitting piano, considered removing myself from art altogether, but something pulled me back. Somewhere along the course of my life, I had developed an artist's mentality. I knew I wasn't a good adult artist, but I was still compelled to create. And with each new thing I tried, I continued to disappoint those around me. It was May 22nd, 1996, when I met the man who would fix this for me. At 3:02 a.m., I walked into a music club in the city. He was on stage, playing to a small but enthusiastic audience. Each note he played on his guitar seemed to tell me something that I had always known but had never really understood. After he finished, I knew that I had to speak with him. It wasn't before long that we became both romantically and artistically involved. It was as if knowing him had somehow broken the seal around my mind that was preventing me from creating something worthwhile. The lack of refinement to his playing freed me from the confines of rhythmic and artistic regularity. I don't mean to suggest that he was lacking in technical refinement, just that a certain jubilation came through in his playing that I had never experienced. Our relationship was like a whirlwind of physical and emotional affection. Never had I given myself to someone so literally and spiritually before. Together, we wrote A Distant Voice, and I knew that I still had the hopes of being not only a good artist, but an interesting human being. Something terrible happened on May 22nd of 1997. At 3:02 p.m., his daughter had come home and found us together. He hadn't yet told his children about me. I was a much younger woman. He followed her out and into a coffee shop. I waited for them to return, hating myself more and more for entering his life and making it difficult. I waited there until 3:02 a.m., completely beside myself. And the strange thing is, he never returned. He never came back into his own apartment. I stayed there for a few days, knowing he'd have to come back eventually. And he simply never did. I called his friends, I called his manager, and they all said they hadn't seen him. Just like that, he slipped through the cracks of my reality and never returned.
And you never saw him again?
I did. It was May 22nd, 1998, 12:01 p.m. A minute into the first concert I had put on since his disappearance. I had refused to do our music live or release A Distant Voice until I had seen him again. Finally, legal pressure forced me to schedule a release for May 22nd, 1999, with a year-long tour to promote it. I watched in terror from behind my piano as he wrapped his arm around a girl even younger than I. This girl was not his daughter, though she was probably his daughter's age. I left the stage and receded into myself. The man who placed his arms around that young woman was not the same man who placed his arms around me so many times. It couldn't have been. The man I knew would not have put on such a display of affection, knowing it could hurt someone so much. It was in that moment that I longed to leave my reality behind, to sever my ties to my physical form and exist in a different space. For many days, nights, minutes, seconds, I sat in my bed, slowly drifting further into my own depression, slowly pulling my mind from my body. When the separation happened, it was almost immediate. It was so sudden that the painful moments leading up to it felt trivial. I was just my mind, and I had left my physical body behind. I floated until I found a reality that seemed different from mine, hoping to find a reality that contained the him I knew, hoping that he had fallen into this reality, and we could be together again.
Was his voice the one we heard on the record?
No, it wasn't. I don't know whose voice we heard. I was so nervous sharing that music with you guys, I almost didn't realize it wasn't me singing.
Well, everyone loved it. It was amazing.
Really? I can never tell what people think when I show them my songs. Well, what should we do now? Lead the way.
Wait for us.
For everyone, time is measured differently. For myself, it was in days since Sammy had been missing. For Michael, it was days until school began and he lost his freedom. For Vela, time was measured in music. A careless and overwhelming existence where the oral world carried more weight than the physical world. For Claudio and Rory, it was days since their siblings vanished from their lives. For Chandra, I think it was days until she could escape counting days since her little brother's disappearance. But for all of us, time moved at the same rate, calculating days until we found a way to feel important.
Should I play it?
Yeah, we've come this far.
It'd be stupid not to do it.
I'm ready, guys. I feel like something exciting is about to happen.
Hopefully this isn't a mistake.
Worst comes to worst, we made the world a little better with some beautiful music.
Just do it already.
You guys okay? What just happened?
Holy shit! Did you guys see that?
See what exactly? You guys put on the record and went into an epileptic fit.
It would have been funny in any other context.
I did see it. It was amazing.
It was the woman made of plastic that I've been dreaming about.
Woman made of plastic? What does that mean, Alex?
She's like an android or something, but she's like plastic.
That's happened to you before?
Yeah, like once or twice. It's been a recurring dream or something.
But the entities that were behind the camera, she destroyed them so easily, and that wasn't Banish she was using.
Do you think she's still in danger? She was stuck in the van.
If she could destroy the entities so easily, I don't think there's much danger she could be in.
But we need to find her! That's why the entity who was living with me had us play the record, right? To wake her up!
I agree. You're right, but what's actually going on here? What is she?
You okay?
Yeah, I am. But forget it, never mind. I can't really explain it yet. It's just a feeling. Give me some time, and maybe I'll be able to put it into words.
So, what's the plan here? Do we just go and try and find the van this mysterious android is in?
If only we could have seen the outside of the van, then we'd at least know what we're supposed to be looking for.
Hey, Alex, do you have a minute?
What's up?
I was wondering if we could go somewhere and talk for a bit. There's been something on my mind, and yeah.
So, what's wrong?
Well, I don't know. I've just had a lot on my mind lately, and
Take your time, man.
well, I've just been really depressed lately, thinking about my sister, my parents, just how much life is going to change from now on. My sister was a lot younger than me, but she really was my best friend, and now she's gone. I feel aimless. We had plans, things we wanted to do in the future, places we wanted to go, movies that we wanted to see, new games to play together, and now none of that will happen. Sometimes I wish, you know what I mean, right?
Bad things happen, but life has to move on, right? You don't have your sister anymore, but you have all of us. Michael, me, Vela, Chandra, Claudio. We can't replace your sister, but we're happy that you're still here. If you had become a soul survivor, then we never would have met you, and that's really depressing. I'm not the best with these sort of things, but basically I'm saying I'm happy we met you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. This is awkward. Let's go find the android or something.
Let's go. I don't think I've ever loved a woman before. Not romantically, at least. I love my mother, and I love my sister, my cousins, my female friends. I love them, but not in the way that's filled with a romantic sense of love. I've had 7 girlfriends throughout college and high school. None of them lasted long, and I never minded when things were over. Something funny happened that night when I went to bed. I had a dream again. Yes, it was about the android, but she wasn't trapped inside a moving van. She was free and human. In my dream, I knew her very well. We'd been together for a long time. We weren't old. We didn't get old. I knew inside my heart how well she treated me. I knew, for the first time, she was the only woman I'd ever treated well. Inside my dream world, she entered my dreams. She entered my thoughts. She filled up every part of my mind, even the parts I wanted to hide away. She was like the old Bruce Lee quote, "Be like water." She was my water, rushing into all the cracks. Nothing could be hidden from her, but I didn't mind. She didn't judge. She didn't have a place to judge. She, unlike all other humans, was aware of human flaws. She didn't pretend we didn't think about hatred, violence, jealousy, sex. It was a person. She got that. Oh, if only she was too. She is, and always will be, a woman made of plastic. I know how funny this sounds, and trust me, I do. How can a woman made of plastic be loved so much by a real flesh and blood human? I woke up the next morning in a cold sweat. What was I feeling? It was like a warm light surrounded me. Someone had flipped a switch in my brain, and I now understood something I wasn't capable of understanding before. I felt a weird joy inside me, like I had a secret no one else was allowed to know. A secret that was meant only for my ears. And it was the android who told me. But I couldn't. I tried to recall the dream, but it was already slipping away to the periphery of my mind. I couldn't remember specific scenes, but I could remember the feeling the dream had given me, and I knew they wouldn't be leaving me. I thought about Michael, then Rory, then Claudio, then Chandra. I had no desire to see any of them. I thought about Vela and Sammy, and I felt weird, like I had done something wrong, as if I had wronged them somehow in the dream. And just like that, suddenly I needed to see Vela. But why? Why did I suddenly have the urge to apologize? No, that wasn't it. Thank her? No, I don't know why. But I needed to find her and do it alone.